Welcome friends, this is Melanie with Melanie Stamps, and today we are going to play with Yana Smakula's newest collection called De-Light-Ful Christmas. Hello my friends, welcome back. I am here today with another Yana Christmas card. I am using the De-Light-Ful Christmas foil plate. This just makes me laugh because we all have the light bulb moments at Christmas when the lights don't light up and society has gone to lighted Christmas trees because nobody wants to mess with the lights. So this is just so funny. And Yana has made this a lot of fun to work with too, because it has individual dies here at the bottom. And you've got these dies and these dies and these here that give you options on how you want to decorate your light bulbs. So you foil this big plate and then you have fun with all the options for the light bulbs. Look at that. Is that not fun? And have a delightful Christmas. So let me show you the options that she's given us. I'm going to pull this up to the camera to see if you can see it. You might be able to see it. Okay. This one here, first of all, the die, the main die cuts out the light bulb itself, which is the whole bulb. Okay. And then you have two options for the plug piece that goes right here. This one here is foiled, and it gives you a white area in between. So in this case, I fold it in gold, and you can see the little stripes of gold there. And then you have a die to cut that out. With that die that cuts that out, you can also cut an etched one. You have a die that cuts an etched one. And then the die that cuts that out can also be used to cut a solid one. So on this one, I cut gold foil card. And then with the etched one, I cut a black cardstock, which is probably not the best choice to show you, but I thought for a plug, it either needed to be black or dark green, because they're usually dark green. But I went ahead with the black. So in today's sample, I went ahead and used the gold out of the three, but I just wanted to show you the three options that, and of course you can change these colors to whatever you want them to be. But I wanted to show you the options so you had an idea when you get this home on how to use those individual dies in the set. So I've got a couple more light bulbs here to put together so you can see how they go together. And then we'll put those on our card and we'll finish our card up together. So this should be a pretty short video. I did want to show you how I got my sentiment in there. I used this here and I wanted to show you how I did it. I was on vacation scrapbooking with a friend when I made these. So I tried to do the cards all partially and I just kept this together so I could explain it to you. What I did here is the hinge method. And it's where put your sentiment down and you get the placement exactly where you want it. And in this case, I wanted it, really exactly centered. And because this has a straight, I'm not getting that on there straight, of course, but it's got tape on it. That's why. And I want to be careful, actually. Let me remove that tape. I don't want the tape to hit the foil on here because it'll pull it up. But you get this, and because this has a straight edge, you go ahead and put the plate down on your cardstock like this. And you put that tape on here and you hinge it and tape it to your paper. Now this is the opposite way of the way you would normally foil, which is putting this plate on your platform the other way. You would normally put it on your platform like this. And then we would put the foil and then the paper. But in the hinge method, you do it backwards. You put it down on your paper so you can center it and get it exactly where you want it. And once you know it's centered and straight, Then you tape it down where you want it with that hinge of tape, and you flip this back and you put your foil underneath, which in this case, I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off of it so it doesn't damage our card. But you would slide the foil underneath, and then you would flip the hinge back over on the foil. And the only tricky part is making sure the foil comes past this edge right here. So it's lined up straight because you got it taped in place. So the one thing to remember is the rule that I always teach you, and that is the shiny side of the foil goes to the shiny, the pretty part of the plate. So pretty to pretty, and adhesive, which is the silver stuff, adhesive to paper, because that's how the foil sticks to the paper. So adhesive to paper, pretty foil to plate. So it's just the opposite. When you're down like this, you would have it turned over this way, pretty to foil plate, adhesive to paper. So just keep that rule in mind, and you'll never foil your plates. So that's how I did that. I just wanted to just do a quick explanation. So if you wondered how that got in the middle, and I just love that it's centered and perfect, and it worked out really well. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these babies on here. Put 2 little dots of glue on each of those. And we will put these guys right on there. Oops. Now, of course, it's not wanting to stick because it's being stubborn. But it is foil, and that's probably why. Hold it there for a second. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit more on here because I've started to dry. Scoot that over, and I'm just going to hold it down there for a second. I love the gold. This, I chose to do gold because I had the gold sentiment and I thought it tied in really nice together. And I used the green foil for the strings because that's what they usually are, is green. So then I'm going to go ahead and put some glue right here on top of the foiled green ones. And then these fit right on top. They fit perfectly. Yana is such a genius. How cute is that? I'll go ahead and put this one right here. And I just alternated my colors, so not too many of the colors were next to each other. I think it gives it a festive vibe. It's funny, this paper here was my girlfriend's paper, pattern paper. I have no idea what brand it is, but it was just a piece she had on hand. It was sitting on her desk, and I picked it up, and I said, "Can I borrow this?" And she's like, "Absolutely." And it was cut to the perfect size even. I had already cut this panel, and it's not a typical size. I had just cut it down to make it straight from the larger piece that I had foiled on. I cut it down, and I picked this piece up and laid it on there, and it fit just like this. So I mean, I didn't cut it to be like this. This is just the way it ended up being, so I worked with it. So then I laid it on the card base, and I went ahead and did a frame all the way around it, and it just all came together. So we will go ahead and hook that on. And make sure it's open in the right way. Yep. And we have us a sweet and fun and cheerful Christmas card. Look at that. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great day, friends, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.